We are at Calcutta for the one-day international between India and Pakistan. You had a look at the pitch a little earlier, Jim. What do you reckon?
Well, Richie.
Waqar Yunus to bowl the first over of the day. That's the first boundary for Ganguly. There it goes. That was an athletic stop by the keeper. That's the first runs of the day for Tendulkar. Waqar Yunus to bowl to Ganguly. Ganguly waiting at the striker's end. So there was 9 off that over. Wasim Akram to begin a new spell. Superb shot. That's the first boundary for Tendulkar. Wasim Akram to bowl to Tendulkar. Wasim Akram to Tendulkar. That was sheer power.
What an effortless shot. Brilliant.
It's high in the air. Tendulkar moves into double figures with those runs. 11 runs were picked up from that over by Wasim Akram. Waqar Yunus to begin a new over. One more to the extras column. Hit straight at Syed Anwar. He smashed that one right out of the ground. The bowler won't like that one little bit.
Another one of those, and this bowler could be out of the attack.
Yunus continues. He's worked that into the gap. And batsmen are after two. Fielded in the deep by Yusuf Yohana. Hit straight to a fielder. Yunus at the start of his run-up. That's over the infield and racing away for four. Tendulkar has moved into the 20s and is starting to look far more relaxed. 7 overs are left in the innings. Watching Akram bowl the last of his allotted overs. That's speeding to the boundary. He watched that onto the bat perfectly.
He'll have enjoyed that one. It was for the moment it left his bat.
He's worked that into the gap. Ganguly moves into double figures with those runs. In good form out there.
The batsman wasn't going to miss that opportunity. He was on it in a flash.
Tendulkar is now facing. A nice shot, but it won't make it to the boundary. He's going to have to move here. Hit straight at Abdur Razak. 11 runs came from that over. Here comes the first change in the bowling. That's gone way into the stands. 6 runs. And they were having to cover in the stand there.
That was a super shot. I really didn't think it was too bad a ball.
Clattered into the boards.
Well, it was in the air, but there's no one there. No risk.
That's the end of the 5th over. We're going to see the leg spinner Shahid Afridi. He spilled it. Oh, dear.
Total misjudgment there. He was off balance as he went to take it.
Out.
The batsman will be kicking himself over that. It wasn't a great shot and he looked to be in good form.
Tendulkar makes his way back to the dressing room. Laxman is off the mark. I think he was easily back in the crease there. That's straight up in the air. The fielder will cut that off. That's going to after two. He's struggling to get back here. Laxman waiting at the striker's end. It's straight at Salim Alahi. 4 overs are left for India. Syed Anwar to bowl the last of his allotted overs. Ganguly has moved into the 20s and is starting to look far more relaxed. Syed Anwar at the start of his run-up. Laxman waiting at the striker's end. It's straight at Salim Alahi. The fielder will cut that off. And that's going to after two. He's going to have to move here. I think he was easily back in the crease there. Three overs are left in the innings. Shahid Afridi to bowl his leg spin. That's out of the ground. That was a mighty hit.
That was a super shot. I really didn't think it was too bad a ball.
That's straight up in the air. Abdur Razak couldn't quite reach it. Laxman facing. It's high in the air. Shahid Afridi is beginning to lose his line and length. steered expertly into the gap. "11 runs came from that over by Shahid Afridi. We're about to see a change in the bowling. There it goes. He found the gap with precision.
Well played. He got into perfect position for that shot, head over the ball, weight going forward.
Out, he's caught him.
Very safely taken. Soft hands, that's what's important.
Hit straight to a fielder. India are 2 for 82. India are 2 for 83. Dravid is now on strike. That's a lovely way to get off the mark. The batsman coming back for a second. And that's out. Caught by Abdur Razak.
Very safely taken. Soft hands, that's what's important.
Dravid goes for only 2. We're going to see the off-spin of Salim Alahi. That's over the rope. 6 runs off Salim Alahi. He picked that up beautifully.
Great strike. It looked like 6 the moment he struck it.
Brilliantly caught.
A slight fumble, but safely taken in the end.
Shiwag facing his first ball. Outstanding catch.
A slight fumble, but safely taken in the end.
Salim Alahi on a hat-trick. That's the first boundary for Mongols. Oh, and he's bowled him. Gurkha is off the mark. That brings the innings to a close with a total at 96. Syed Anwar is going to face the first ball of the innings, so they need 97 to win from 60 balls. He's going to have to move here. He looked as if he was home to me. That's the first runs of the day for Shahid Afridi. That's straight up in the air. Singh couldn't quite reach it. It's in the air. That's the first boundary for Shahid Afridi. That's too short, and it's been dispatched for 4. You can't afford to bowl that in there.
The bowler didn't do too much wrong there. It was just an excellent shot.
9 overs are left for Pakistan.
The fielding restrictions provide the opportunity for attacking batsmen to score some fast early runs.
Khan to begin a new spell. The required run rate is around 9 and over. That was sheer power.
The bowler can't believe it, but it is out of the ground. 6 runs.
They have 9 overs to get 80. Well taken.
He got into great position to take that catch.
Syed Anwar goes for only 8. He's spilled it. Oh dear. That's the first runs of the day for Salim Alahi. Pakistan have taken their total on to 1 for 18. Done him. Always a great sight for the bowler to see the batsman stump out of the ground. Shahid Afridi goes for only 9. That's straight up in the air. That's the first boundary for Inzamam ul Haq. Hit straight to a fielder. 11 runs came from that over. Srinath to bowl the last of his allotted overs. Now the run rate stands at just over 9 and over. That's gone high in the air. That's the first boundary for Salim Alahi. Ouch, that must have hurt.
The batsman doesn't seem to be enjoying this fiery spell of fast bowling.
Salim Alahi waiting at the striker's end. The required run rate has crept up to around 9.5 and over. Well taken. Those are the first runs for Yusuf Yohana. Khan to Inzamam ul Haq. That's straight up in the air, safely pouched by Flaxman. Abdul Razak facing his first ball. Abdul Razak is off the mark. He looked as if he was home to me. That's wonderful bowling from Khan. Yusuf Yohana waiting at the striker's end. That's the first boundary for Yusuf Yohana. We're about to see a change in the bowling. The required run rate is looking more and more out of reach here. There it goes. That's the first boundary for Abdur Razak. It's straight at a Gurkha. Well played, but the fielder will cut that one off. I think he was easily back in the crease there. There it goes. He hit that with awesome power.
That was good batting. He picked his spot, didn't try to smash it, just stroked it through the gap.
Yusuf Yohana waiting at the striker's end. He's worked that into the gap. Yusuf Yohana moves into double figures with those runs. What a superb catch that is.
Well, he just picked the fielder out perfectly with that shot.
That's the end of the fifth over. There's a change in the bowling with the off-spin of Singh. The required run rate is looking more and more out of reach here. That's gone high in the air.
Great ball that. He drew the batsman into the shot and beat him in flight.
Singh to Moin Khan. That's gone high in the air. That's the first boundary for Moin Khan. Played into the gap. Batsmen are coming back for two. He's going to have to move here. He'll need a TV replay to decide this one. Wasim Akram awaits his first ball. Wasim Akram is off the mark. Yusuf Yohana is now facing. That was four the moment it left his back.
What a good placement. No one at home, over the top for four.
4 overs are left in the innings. Ganguly to bowl the last of his allotted overs. The run rate stands at just under 10.5 and over. Steered expertly into the gap. Well played, but the fielder will cut that one off. Hit straight to a fielder. He looked as if he was home to me. And he's got away with it. Well, that has to be close. The new batsman comes in at the non-striker's end. Yusuf Yohana waiting at the striker's end. He's worked that into the gap. Three overs are left for Pakistan. Singh to bowl the last of his allotted overs. The required run rate is looking more and more out of reach here. That's over the rope. 6 runs off Singh. That was a mighty hit.
The bowler doesn't look too happy about it. There might be a little bit more in the next one.
The total is now 7 foot 65. There's a mix-up with the batsman. Yusuf Yohana has now moved into the 20s. That's out of the ground. They'll be looking for that ball for days.
Well, you can't set fields for shots like that. That's brilliant.
Hit straight to a fielder. He's worked that into the gap. I think he was easily back in the crease there. Singh at the start of his run-up. That's gone high in the air. That over eased the pressure on the batting team. And we have a change of bowling. The run rate stands at just under 11 and over. That's gone high in the air. The crowd were brought to their feet by that shot.
The bowler didn't do too much wrong there. It was just an excellent shot.
Six.
The fielder just watched it. Going, going, going.
Well played, but the fielder will cut that one off. Yusuf Yohana is now on strike. It's straight at Thiller. I think he was easily back in the crease there. That over helped the run rate somewhat. India are about to make a change in the bowling. The run rate stands at just under 9 and over. A good catch for a Gurkha. Yusuf Yohana has gone for 38.
It took an age to come down. The batsman really skied that one.
It's in the air. That's the first boundary for Saklan Mushtaq. Well played, but the fielder will cut that one off. Mushtaq Ahmed waiting at the striker's end. There's a mix-up with the batsman. That might be out. It is. That's a lovely way to get off the mark. Batsmen are coming back for 2. There's a mix-up with the batsman. There it goes. That takes him into double figures.